Welcome back. It is good to see you. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a while. You've been working. A lot of things have happened. You've been working like crazy. I want to talk to you about The Witcher, but also, congratulations. You got engaged.
Thank you
This
so
is a
much.
big deal.
Thank you.
Hey, bud. She's gorgeous. Oh, my God, and so nice. Gabriella, I met her backstage. She's great. And after you got engaged, you went on a trip and just relaxed, or did you?
Yeah, we got engaged a few months ago whilst I was still shooting The Witcher. So I've been shooting The Witcher now for the last 2 years. And I didn't have a huge plan behind the engagement. I mean, I had enough of a plan to have bought the ring, but
Yeah.
I was sort of just waiting for the right sort of moment. And
Did you find the right moment?
yeah, I think so. She said yes. So
Oh, yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, take that for it. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a few months back, and then I just finished shooting The Witcher about 3 weeks ago, and then we went
I know
went
you
to
were
the
in
Maldives.
London forever because doing The Witcher, we didn't see anything from the show yet, but also I saw that you went to Wembley and went to go see the Eras tour.
Yeah.
And that's where I saw you, and I go, all right, let's talk Taylor Swift. How was it?
Well, I'm a total Swiftie now.
Yeah. She said it was one of her more memorable shows at that show, the exact one you were at.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was because I was there or not, but
Yeah, of course. That's what she didn't say that, but that's what she meant. Yeah.
No, but
She has a special VIP tent.
a special VIP tent.
who was it? It was you
My partner Gabriella is a huge fan of Taylor Swift, and
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So we went to the show, and we come into this tent, and it's Tom Cruise and Hugh Grant and Ashton Kutcher and a whole bunch of Greta Gerwig was there as well. And
Fantastic.
yeah, it was a pretty incredible little tent.
That's a VIP tent.
That's a VIP tent, yeah. And somehow I snuck in there. But I come into the tent, and it was sort of early on in the night, and one of Travis Kelce's best friends, Reggie, was there. And Reggie, we owe a lot to Reggie for that night and the fun that happened. He came up to me and introduced himself. He goes, "Hey man, I'm one of Travis's boys." And I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you, man." He's like, "We're doing shots," and I was like, "All right, we're doing shots." And,
Yeah.
But he, it wasn't just me. He called over Hugh Grant and Ashton Kutcher and Greta Gerwig and all these people in this tent, and they all came over and we started doing shots. And Hugh Grant comes over, and I sort of assumed he was like, "Oh no, I'll stay out of it," sort of thing. And he was like, "All right, yeah, we're doing shots. Let's do it."
Yeah, Hugh Grant did it.
Yeah, so Hugh Grant did it. We did this shot, and then Hugh Grant walks away, and then Reggie's like, "Who was that guy?" I was like,
He's a legend.
Yeah, that's Hugh Grant. One of the best actors of all time. He's British royalty.
Yeah, see, it totally
And,
is.
yeah.
In Wembley, no matter.
So
Yeah.
Reggie's like, "Great, yeah, he seems like a nice guy." and then about 10 minutes later, Reggie's like, "We're doing more shots."
Wow,
I was like, "All right, here we go."
I love Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie brought the heat that night.
I don't know if I know Reggie. Travis,
You
introduce
gotta-
me to Reggie. Yeah, he
you
sounds
gotta
fun,
meet
man. There was another concert you went to last year. I want to talk to you about this because you knew the person who was performing on stage, and this is your brother Chris Hemsworth on drums for Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Now, I know Chris a little bit. I know Ed. Does Chris play the drums?
No, not at all.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was wondering. How did this happen?
I don't know. I asked him that myself. I was like, "What are you thinking?"
And was he good?
Seems like a crazy idea. He pulled it off. So he's literally never played drums in his life, and he's been doing this show where he tries to learn things in a really short period of time and then pull
Limitless.
it off.
Yeah, I love that show.
But I'd sort of heard that he'd mentioned it at one point, like that he was gonna learn to play the drums and play for Ed. But he texts me on a Friday night after I'm in London and he's in Romania, and he texts me on a Friday night and he's like, "Hey man, I'm playing with Ed tonight. You should fly in." I'm like, You're playing with Ed tonight? Like, that's a...
Yeah, it's not a thing people say. Why? How?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing the Limitless episode and I'm playing drums for Ed. You should fly in."
That's
so I was like,
pressure,
"All right."
man.
Yeah, so I flew in and I literally get there maybe 10 minutes before he goes onto this show. And I come backstage. I'm like, "How you feeling? Why did you do this?"
Yeah, like, that's my brother, man. Does he do stuff like that or just more now with the show and...
I think this show has thrown him into all of these situations.
Trying to do all
props
these-
to him, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's just adding extra stress to his life. But
Yeah, of course he is, yeah. Well, maybe he'll play at your wedding. Who knows? Now he knows how to play the drums. Let's talk about The Witcher. Congrats on this. You're joining the show. You took over the role.
Thank you.
For the next... You took over the role for the next 2 seasons. That's why you've been working on this for over 2 years. What are you thinking about when they make the call? Obviously, this show's a hit, but you were actually doing another movie, right, when you got a call?
Yeah, it was the end of 2023, and I was shooting a film called Land of Bad in Australia, and I got a call from my agents out of nowhere, and they were like, "Well, how do you feel about stepping on to play The Witcher in this series?" And Henry Cavill had done 3 seasons at that point, and I'm a huge fan of his, and I'm a huge fan of what he did with that character. And they asked if I'd want to come and do the last 2 seasons, and I'd played the video games 8 years before that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, did you play it as well?
Of course.
You did. So you didn't have a girlfriend at that time.
No. Yeah.
You can't be in a relationship or have a job playing that video.
Yeah, busted. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was a fan of that, and I was really excited about the idea of coming on board.
I have a picture of you here as a Geralt right there. When you're getting into wardrobe, is it like going into the video game? I feel like, I mean, when you have a sword on your back.
We did a lot of different costume fittings and all that sort of thing, and the final sort of thing that we would do before I'd step on set was put the contact lenses in, and the contact lenses are, they're yellow, right? But it gives you tunnel vision, so it was an incredibly immersive experience where it literally felt like you were in another body of someone else, and but it blocked out all the cameras, so all you could see was the actor standing in front of you, and it was just really immersive.
That's
sort
a
of
new
experience.
form of method acting.
Yeah, I think I'm going to wear contacts for everything now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, next time you come on, just like looking at me. How do we set up what's going on this season?
This season, so my part of the journey, he's basically just been in a terrible fight with one of the evil figures in this world, and he's severely injured. And it was one of the things that really intrigued me about this part of the story. And he's gone from being someone who's quite okay with being himself and dealing with things on his own, and he sort of comes to this crossroads where he's now injured, and he's really doubtful about whether he can go and save his daughter, which is his biggest motivation throughout these seasons, is to go and save his daughter. He's dealing with a lot of negative thoughts and things you wouldn't naturally think that this figure or this character has dealt with in the past, and that was what I found really intriguing about it.
Come on, he's got to do it. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Liam Hemsworth in The Witcher. Take a look. That's what I'm talking about. Liam Hemsworth, season 4 of The Witcher begins streaming this Thursday on Netflix. We'll be right back with Liam Morgan, everybody. Stick around.